Hi everyone, I'm Wouter, also known as Razastrophe, and welcome back to another IGM game review. Today we're going to take a closer look at a tower defense game called Go Home Dinosaurs, made by Firehose Games. Before you begin to fight, you end up at the preparation screen. Here is basically your beginning hub where you can see all the information. You'll be able to take a look at the arena where you will be fighting. You'll see the route instantly where they will be going. This is the cave that they will come out of. The door will open. They will walk all the way around to the barbecue. These dynamites that you'll see are basically a buffer as well. So what we have here is we have some information about the mobs that we will be fighting, that we will encounter, and basically our towers. They are represented by cards with some information about them. For example, I'll be using the DJ a lot. What is interesting is they have different personalities and quotes, and they will say that in a humorous voice when you plant them as well, which is really interesting, although they can be a little bit annoying if you play the game for quite a few times. I'll also be able to use the meteor, which basically attracts meteors onto the dinosaurs, and I will be using a portal, which portals the dinosaurs back to the beginning, and some smaller turrets. As you can see, this is the arena. We control our main gopher. We have to collect coconuts. Why it's coconuts, I'm not sure. But we have to collect coconuts in order to build, and we can use those. It's basically a principle that's similar to Plants vs. Zombies. You collect the currency, which in this case is coconuts, and with those you'll be able to build more towers. What is interesting about this is that you have to balance out trying to collect and doing damage, because you can do damage as your gopher as well, and that combination of giving up damage in order to build more towers is quite interesting, because you really have to try to balance that out. These are rocks. You'll be able to gain an ability to get rid of them. In the meantime, I'm watching these things die horribly, thank God. As you can see, the DJs, I personally love the DJs. I love the concept of DJs as well, that they're actually DJs who nobody enjoys their music. So they do damage to the dinosaurs as well. So the towers are pretty humorous as well. And they work quite well in this map, I should say. Oh god, okay. So what you can see here as well, you can see that these are basically squares. These are only 2 blocks, and I'll show off another one as well. For example, I missed my chance. But the portal, they all have different shapes, and it makes the game very Tetris-y when it comes to placing the blocks down. And it's an interesting technique, because this mechanic makes you think about how you're going to do things and how you're going to puzzle it all in so it definitely fits, because you have to have enough available space to put everything down. And that is part... Let's put this down quickly. There, our professor with the meteorite. So that is a pretty interesting puzzle technique inside of the game. And I quite enjoy it, to be honest. It adds quite a bit. And what you just saw, by the way, Dino Explosion is basically a burst. You can see it right here on the line as well, as in how far the level is going. They will appear, and you basically get a ton of dinosaurs all at once, and they get a bit of a head start as well. And they're trying to go to the barbecue to steal the meat. And as soon as they hit the dynamite will explode and create a chain reaction as well and do a lot of damage. So that is basically your buffer attack right there. Okay, we just have 2 more.
Sounding off.
go. There we go! And here you go. At the end of a level, you generally get a chest. Well, you always get a chest, but it's generally a fountain of coins, and you have to try to get them as soon as you possibly can, because they disappear quite fast. So that is a bit tricky. And those coins, you'll be able to use them in a shop, which is a feature that is quite nice. I'll show you.
But the mustache wax
it's opened by this walrus gopher called Shoppy, but it's a nice feature because what you find in the shop is cards to upgrade. Well, not really upgrade. They're more like special skills. You'll be able to summon a gopher swarm or a whirlwind. These are temporary upgrades. Well, temporary buffs, I suppose. That you can use in exchange for some coconuts as well. Or you can buy some interesting skins which do quite look interesting. I'll put one on, for example. Or, if you're a vegetarian and you prefer not to save the barbecue meat, you can just go veggie mode. I'll buy it for you guys, and we'll see how that is. So all the steaks are now swapped up for a healthy vegetarian food. That is how the shop works. The reason I am not that fond of it is because coins rack up incredibly fast. There are so many ways to get coins. It's becoming a bit silly. I'm gonna show one of them to you. The old prospector who digs for gold, and literally every few seconds there will be coins that pop up from him and you can collect. It's your main income or your main source of coins will still be the end of levels. You're just going to do levels and the coins are gonna rack up as it is. Especially if you're like me and you have to have all the best scores on all the levels and get all the 3 steaks, or carrots in this case. But there are so many ways. For example, some mobs will actually drop coins. You will see that later on in this level, or you might have seen it in the previous level. Some of the dinosaurs will drop coins, or when you break, if you break rocks or snowmen, they will drop coins as well. And all that kind of makes you get a lot of coins. And while I really like the shop, because it adds more possibilities, some temporary power-ups for your gopher, it adds great outfits, customizability. It adds a wonderful... Oh, here's an achievement. It adds the veggie mode. I'm not sure why that's in there, but just the fact that it is awesome. It does add much, but the shop itself feels really lacking, and it's kind of sad that way. Because I feel like eventually you're just gonna buy things because you have the gold and there's nothing else you can do with it. There are no upgrades. You can't upgrade your towers or your gophers or your personal gopher. There's nothing you can do with that. Except from the power-ups that I showed you before, like flinging a fireball or a whirlwind at the dinosaurs. For the rest, that's all you can do. So the shop itself feels kind of lacking, but overall it's still... the game itself, it doesn't suffer from that. Okay, let me put this one down quickly to do some crowd control. And I don't know, you've got these little things that I really love, like the carrots. Instead of steaks, I'm now saving carrots. Why I'm saving carrots, I have no idea, but I am anyway. What I like partly about this game is that it doesn't pretend to be something huge. It's a casual game that is just fun to play, that you can come back to, you have fun with it, and you can pick it up and drop it whenever you want. Which is pretty awesome, to be honest. Overall, I really enjoy playing this. I really do. It's not necessarily a game that you'll come back, well, that you'll play in one go and play tons. Oh no, no, you're not gonna make that. No, 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 ow. Well, that wasn't a demonstration about what happens to the dynamite. If they hit the dynamite, they will take a lot of damage. One of the dynamites will explode. You will lose a steak though, or a carrot in my case. But you will do a lot of damage and retaliate as well. So that is what that does. Let's see what the next level brings us. Oh god, it's the boss. That's going to be fun. Sometimes you'll have to fight a big boss and they won't tell you what it is. But it's big. And painful. Very painful. So you have to make sure you take a look at what you have. Also, you can see above that I have 9 card slots. I have used all of them so far. I'm just going to fill them up right now. You can see that I have 9 cards. You don't have all of those at the beginning of the game. So you start with only about, I think, 3 or 4 cards. And as you level up, as you go through levels, you'll be able to get more cards, more mobs. You get more card slots, more towers, etc. So that is something that will evolve over time. And like I said, this game isn't necessarily something you'll play in one go, but it's something you can definitely come back to. If you're looking for a game that you can just come back to and just play for a while and then drop and then come back to and just kill some time with, this is perfect. It has about 60 levels in 3 different worlds and 3 different environments. It's nice, especially if you go for all the gold levels. You're going to spend a mass amount of time with this, and you are going to have a lot of fun with this. Because overall, honestly, I had a great time with this. I still enjoy playing it, and I'm going to continue trying to get all those gold ones. So it is a good game. It feels a bit lacking in some sides, but I don't know, those aspects don't drag the entire thing down, and it does feel really amusing. So all in all, I want to give Go Home Dinosaurs a big 78 out of 100. It is a really amusing game, and for a tower defense game, I would suggest to check it out. And don't forget, if you want to see more reviews or Let's Tries of indie games, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you next time here on IGM.